Yo, back at the episode of Man to Man. Yours truly, Darius Butler, co-host my dog, Antoine Bethea.
Yo.
We back, man. Week 2 is fully in the books. We had game 3 already been played between the Lakers and the Nuggets by the time this comes out. But what's your take on week 2 in the NFL, man?
Man, a good week, man. Some good football, some sloppy football. Starting off with last Monday night game.
Prime time.
I went into it thinking New Orleans was going to pull the game out, but Las Vegas Raiders came out and played some good ball.
Yeah.
Played real good ball. Ran the ball well. Derek Carr
made good decisions.
Made some great decisions. And then I think we witnessed a up and coming star.
Yeah, man. He Waller looked like he ready to be in that top 5, top 6, 7 conversation with them tight ends, man.
For sure, man. He was giving them problems, man. And them type of players, man, they give you those type of problems where you match a linebacker up with them, maybe too fast, a little bit more agile than a backer, but then you put a DB up against him. He's I think he was 6 small.
He's like 6'5", 230.
230. So that's tough for a DB to match up. So we definitely got to keep our eye out on him for the rest of the year. And but it was a good game though. Good game,
man.
What you think about the call at the end on Rabbit?
The PI.
Yeah, PI. Yeah,
I thought it was a PI. I thought it was a PI because he went back and grabbed that arm.
Hooked the arm.
I feel like it was cool with the hand fighting, but once he felt Ruggs about to try to pull away, a little vet move. You know what I mean? It's gonna look a lot worse than slow motion on the replay. But if they threw the flag, I can definitely see why. But he was. I can't blame him for that one. I can't blame him for that one. Keep it.
The Raiders 2-0, man.
Raiders 2-0. I'm surprised they beat the Saints. So yeah, I'm surprised. I definitely expect them to lose this game, even with Mike Thomas out. And I know a lot of people beating up Drew Brees, but I don't think he played that bad. Drew Brees throughout his career has, he's just been an on-time, accurate passer. Boom, 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 boom. And that's why I picked him. I just felt like they had so many reps up under their belt. But he just kind of, it just looks a little off, right? Rhythm off a little bit. But I feel like, he's one of the vets that's going to figure it out. And by week, 9, 10, he'll be looking just like the old Drew Brees. At the beginning of the year, I feel like they always have a little hiccup like this, and they pick it up. But the Raiders came out and they just outplayed them, man, on both sides of the ball. You talked about Carr, he made good decisions all night. Got points. They stole that possession, got them 3 points at the half. That was big. Then they got the ball right back after half. They scored before that. So I think they scored like 17 unanswered at the point. So
they scored like on four consecutive possessions.
Yeah, and if that old boy will fumble, they might get blown out by 14-21.
Yeah. And another thing, man, the Raiders, they had two of their starting offensive linemen out, but they played good. Offensive line was very physical, especially in the run game.
That Trent Brown out, right? Trent Brown
out. Then Richie Incognito went out.
Yep.
I think that was maybe second quarter, sometime in the first half. So guys filled in and did a great job, man. So
next man up.
Next man up, man. You definitely got to keep your eyes out on the Raiders, man. That division is interesting. If they can continue to play how they play, you got Kansas City. We see what the Chargers going to do, and then.
But you know what? Let's jump. We got to talk about them Chargers real quick. Speaking of next man up, Herbert. I feel like the coach is just. He done said some more statements like, he went out there and he didn't get a lot of things done, and he's a backup for a reason. I don't know how I feel about that from Lynn, man. Support the young kid. If you're gonna rock with Ty, But I think
don't talk down on the young boy.
Yeah, don't talk down. For what? What's the point of that? I just didn't understand that, and I felt like he went out there and threw for 300 yards. He didn't play perfect, obviously, but he took the defending champs to OT in his first start. What more do you want from a rookie in that position? So I mean, I don't know. It's looking like
we're gonna see. It's definitely. I think you kind of hit it. Talked about it yesterday on Overreaction Monday. Whereas a lot of times these type of decisions go over the head of the head coach. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Whereas Coach Lynn was like, regardless, when Tyrod is back healthy, he's gonna be our starter. I think again, everybody kind of knows. How the league goes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You draft a quarterback in the first round, top 10. Obviously, the owner is going to want to see that player on the field. But again, we don't know what type of power Coach Lynn has. Maybe he has that power where he can make those type of decisions where Herbert's not ready yet. Ty's my quarterback.
Yeah, true.
So again, we'll see. I think, like we said before, we definitely all want to see Ty get his shot. I hope, you know what I'm saying, whatever Coach Lynn said, that's what it is. But I think they're in a good situation where, you got Ty, you got a very talented quarterback in Tyrod, but then obviously the young boy comes in and plays well. So I guess, if you're the Chargers, you're in a good situation.
Yeah, facts. That's a good quarterback problem to have. Even if you, like you said, Ty come back and start, you got a guy that you can go to, in the crunch, or if you got to miss a few games or something, he'll make it do what it do. So he surprised me. I tell you that much. Damn sure surprised me.
I was surprised like shit. It was like, Herbert playing. I'm like, hold up.
First play,
what's going on? Like, where my guy at?
Yeah, that was crazy. That's something you don't see often. But what else we got, man? The Colts bounced back from a tough loss. They were getting beat up all over the country after losing to the Jags. Minshew going 19 for 20. Philip Rivers
before we stop, Jacksonville look like they could be serious.
I mean, they damn sure don't look like they tanking.
Yeah,
and if they are, Minshew didn't get the memo.
Right. So back on the Colts, we'll come back to the Jags. They got the Thursday night game. We'll come back to them, but like you said, back to the Colts.
Yeah. So came out rough week one, and we talked about it a little bit. Like it's early, stuff happens, but they bounced back, man. Defense came out with a dominate performance, smothered the Vikings all day. Offense moved the ball up and down the field all day, got points. So settled for a lot of field goals early. But feeding the young boy Taylor, Jonathan Taylor was going off. He was eating, and so Mo Alley Cox stepped up, and had a breakout day. I think 5 catches, 111 yards. So Philip looked accurate. Ball moving up and down the field, man. What you think? The young rookie kicker went 4 for 4, I think. So they came out responding, man. I was proud of them, man.
Yeah, I was happy to see it too. Like you said, they got beat up after the week 1 loss. And some of the young guys had to do what they had to do. They had to step up maybe earlier in their career than what they expected. But like you said, run game, controlled the line of scrimmage, took some time, controlled the time of possession. And obviously we all know when you can run the ball, it kind of makes it easier for the offensive coordinator, it makes it easier for the quarterback. So that was definitely good for the defense.
Defense.
They on the sideline getting rested, so you get on the field. Hopefully, you get them 3 and outs. So it all works. It all works together. And definitely it was sad to see Malik Hooker go down with that Achilles injury. Man, it's tough, man. Yeah. It's tough.
He was playing well too, man. Especially this game. I actually spoke with him and Kenny coming into the game. We were just kind of checking in with him. Just talking ball, and he came out. He started that first few drives out like balling, flying around. Hate to see him go down, man, but I know he'll bounce back. Young,
for sure.
Got a lot of good football left ahead of him. Kenny Moore had a great game. He showed up a lot in the run game, in the pass game. Got a pick, tips and overthrows. Got to catch all those. Who else? The young boy, Blackman.
Blackman came in.
Rookie came in. He looked good. What you thought about him?
I like it. Come in, you fly around, make your presence felt, and that's the biggest thing. Obviously, you might have 1 or 2 MAs, but if you out there, if you flashing on film, you can't grade effort. Well, you can grade effort, but if you putting that effort out there, that's what coaches want to see. You know what I mean? We can work on the other stuff. We can work on technique,
for sure.
As far as MAs and stuff. But if you out there not flying around, not giving that effort, then we're gonna have a problem. So I like that. You know, playing physical back there, strong, good tackling. So I think he's gonna have a bright future for the Colts. Bright future.
He was the Sunday. He was the epitome of popping on film or flashing on film. You know, whatever scouts or people say. But he popped. You know, you saw him come up, made some splash plays. Like you said, the technique stuff that's gonna come. That's gonna come with reps. That's gonna come with coaching. But to see that on his first action back since that injury, I'm definitely excited about his future. And now, obviously, with Hook going down, you know, he'll have a lot more on his plate. So, you know, we'll see.
Yeah. While we stick with the Colts, man, we'll talk about Darius Leonard, man. Just came out 300 tackles in his first 30 games.
A maniac.
That's real.
That's real, man. Another
South Carolina State, man. HBCU,
HBCU product.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, man. He's made his presence felt from day one as a rookie coming up to be a first team All-Pro. You know, him and Quentin were just great picks to just be anchors and leaders on each side of the ball because they just bring that attitude, bring that mindset. Leonard, I know you're gonna bring that energy. 300 tackles his first 30.
That's real.
Yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit for him, man. Sky's the limit. Who was Buckner showed up and ball.
D-Buck. Getting some QB pressures.
D-Buck came up and ball, got a safety.
That's what they're gonna need from him. They're gonna need that from him. You know, get that defense going. You know, as we all know, I think a defense goes as their front four goes.
That's a fact.
So if that front four can go get pressure on the quarterback, they can be you know, causing havoc in the run game. That's gonna do a lot for the Maniac and the back end where you're gonna have, you know, you got some younger guys back there. So D-Buck, man, you know, just keep doing what he's been doing. The reason why they brought him into Indy. And like you said, second game, man, he made his presence felt.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
What else we had? Minshew done went out there, almost messed up my perfect Sunday, man. He almost messed up my perfect
Minshew,
Sunday.
like, man, forget what y'all talking about.
Tank for Trevor, huh?
Trevor, man, you know what I'm saying?
Like it, man.
Yeah, but the Jags, man, they 1-1. I don't think nobody would have had them at 1-1 right now. I think everybody had the Colts beating them week 1. And even in their loss, they played strong.
Yeah, almost beat Tennessee. That's a team that's fresh off the AFC Championship.
Exactly. So I always say, you know, after the first quarter of the season, first 4 games, you can kind of tell, you know, what kind of team you're gonna have. So, you know, we got 2 weeks left. We're gonna see what happens, but
in this season, it's a little more weird because these are, for some teams, these are probably gonna look like preseason games. You know, 4 or 5 more weeks into the season. So now it's almost you got to go 5, probably 6 games just to everybody clicking and hitting. But you know how all these wins and losses add up, man. So you started that season, you start looking back like, damn, we should have won this and that game. Like we've been sitting in first place right now, and now we fighting for a spot. Like so we talked about it yesterday. I think you mentioned it, how we only got 16 and every one of them count. So yeah, I know it's early, but got to start stacking these wins. I'm glad we bounced back and got that win for the Colts, though, man.
Nah, for sure, man. So hopefully we can start stacking these wins together, man, and run away with that South.
Yep, because Houston, they took their second L.
So everybody's
what's Tennessee? The Tennessee win game week 1. Who did they play week 1? Titans first. I
don't know. But you know, we'll see. So what else? What else was a surprise? We talked about that Atlanta and Dallas game a little bit yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that one would be close, but I didn't. I didn't know Atlanta was going to trick it off. Like I didn't know they had another trick up their sleeve like that.
As I've been saying the past 3 days, man, throw Atlanta away, man.
That was brutal, man. That was tough to watch. Just a total collapse. Offense let you down, defense let you down, and the special teams just I don't know what they were doing. I done been meetings, and you know what the hell to do in that situation.
Hey, so my thing is, yesterday in that meeting, how was that meeting yesterday watching that film?
You know how dreadful the lead up to that?
Oh, man.
You special teams player, you like, damn, I know why my dumb ass, I was standing right there.
Right there, could have jumped on the ball.
Yeah, man. But hey, you live and you learn, man. Everybody done been through it. Yeah, had some embarrassing moments and did some bold-headed things, man. And you know, out there on the field, man, hey, you know, we go over and look a certain way, and then on the games, fans are not. Like, it's just it's different.
It's different.
Yeah, so sometimes one dude may have been thinking, let me jump on it. Then he sees his teammates stand back. So he probably like, oh shit. So I mean, hey, but it's one time. Everybody in the league done learn from that moment. So we better not see that shit no more, man. Nobody else get a pass. I get them boys a pass, man.
Man, Titans beat the Broncos week 1. So Titans are 2-0 in the division. Okay. 1-1. Jacksonville 1-1. Houston 0-2, so we'll see. Keep track on the AFC South.
It's always a close division. Always close to the end.
Always.
See. What else we got? We got to talk. Let's get back to them HBCUs, man.
Man, a huge announcement. Huge announcement.
You got to get this. You're the HBCU legend.
Man, prime time. I guess he said you got to refer to him as Coach now.
Coach Prime, yes, sir.
Coach Prime, man. Officially became the head coach of the Jackson State, and I think that's a huge play, man. Even though I didn't go to Jackson State, but just being part of that HBCU family, that's huge for what we're trying to do in the HBCU community, man. And I don't know how true it is. It's been some reports out there, but to have Terrell Owens as your wide receivers coach and Warren Sapp as your defensive line coach. Again, not sure.
Yeah, we got to get that confirmed.
You got to get that confirmed, but there was some, rumblings of that. But to have those two guys on your staff, the type of knowledge that you can have, those guys can bring, not only for those guys to help, further maybe, those guys wishes to go to the NFL, but just black men that's been through life situations that can teach these men some valuable things off the field. But that's big, man. It's huge. What you think?
That's big, man. We kind of spoke about it yesterday, off camera, but it's big. It's big. Obviously, especially what's going on right now around the world, especially in in the country, in the black community. Like, I just feel like coming together, as it's always been paramount, but now, why not now? Him going, bringing that, just his name, because that's when you bring up Deion Sanders, like that's one of the best football players of all time, one of the best athletes of all time, two sports. So for him to come back and not even being a product of HBCU, but for him to come and and insert himself into that situation, like, if he do it right and do the things that I think he's gonna do there, man, it can be a game changer. So I'm excited about it.
How you think it will shake up the South? You know what I mean? Where you might have a guy from Mississippi or Florida or whatever, but you got Deion in your living room, like, yo, come here. Like, I know what it takes to get to the league. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, we spoke about this, I feel like earlier on the season, just about the shift and how that will work and how it used to be, because you got a bunch of Hall of Famers that were from HBCUs because that was the only place they could play.
Correct.
So for a lot of them, and some of them, different situations, but for it kind of evens the playing field because now, and you saw his entrance. I don't know if you saw, but if you didn't see his entrance for the head,
y'all go check it out.
I'll go check it out. And that's just that's what gets recruited. That's what people want to. If I'm trying to go to the NFL, that's what I want to see. Okay, he taking this program to another level. I want to be a part of that. You saw McCord? Yeah, who committed to Howard, a 5-star recruit. So, like, it's a perfect kind of storm. You've seen some of these other coaches at these larger programs, some of these white coaches, when it was, the Black Lives Matter, everything was going on, the protest, they was real silent.
Silent.
A lot of their fan bases, you saw when they weren't silent, that was a problem as well. So if I'm a recruit in South Carolina and Mississippi and wherever, I may think twice, because the thing about HBCUs, even from the outside looking in, not even having that experience, like, it's a more dope experience. Like, it's a more comfortable experience. in my college experience, if I wasn't on the football field in the locker room or in an athletic setting, I was like a fish out of water.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what I mean? Like I'm looking around and, you know, get junior, senior year. I'm one of probably 3 black people in my class. And it's like, you know, you got the opposite of that, man. That's crazy. So I don't know. We're going to see though.
Nah, for sure.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah. And then you kind of brought up the facility aspect and, you know, just going to Howard, man, it was humbling there as well. You know, even though I had a great time, but just our facilities, it just doesn't add up. You know what I mean? But what I can say, the SWAC, and which is you know, where the Jackson State, the conference they play in, their facilities are good, and they're actually doing some things at Jackson State where, you know, you get some top recruits. Shoot, they might go in there and be like, oh, I like what y'all doing here. And, so, you know, I definitely think it's a big move. It's kind of something that you just said as well, whereas during the protests and where, you know, some of these white coaches at these bigger institutions weren't saying much, and that was silent.
Yeah, very silent.
Had a guest previously, Gerard Powers, who went to Auburn. He kind of just told a story about when, you know, his mom, I guess I think it was Alabama, and she didn't like Alabama just off the history of what was behind and how they would, you know, do certain things on campus. So again, you know, like you said, as far as these young recruits, they're you know, they're seeing a lot more and they're hearing a lot more. They're taking things under their wings, and just
so much more aware.
Yeah, for sure. So you can see how where that's gonna go. You know what I mean?
Sure, man. I mean, even you look at like what Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins, when they you know, they had some stuff renamed at Clemson, like ASAP. It started a petition in probably less than a month. It was renamed. Like, so people, you know, just start to realize, you know, what type of power you have collectively. And I think if you kind of had the other big time basketball recruit, Mikey Williams, I think his name is, was talking about possibly going to HBCU as well. So it's a different, and it's even with media, man, like the media is different because you bring a few names who already have a following.
Oh yeah.
Like those cameras, the networks are coming because they already got a buzz. You know what I mean? So, so it's going to be interesting, man. I'm excited.
Man, it's funny you said something about Michael Williams. I just seen he about to transfer out here to North Carolina.
Oh, word?
Yeah, he about to transfer to an academy out there, over there by Lake Norman. So
that's some good basketball in North Carolina too.
Yeah,
high school basketball.
Yeah. Well, sure. This high school basketball is different,
completely different.
You transferring from Cali to North Carolina?
Yeah. It's different. The AAU circuit changed the game for high school basketball. It's like it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. That's why. Speaking of basketball, who we got? Who playing tonight, man? Lakers and Nuggets.
Lakers and Nuggets. Lakers go up 3-0.
Yeah, I don't think the Nuggets. I think they're gonna get swept.
Swept?
I think they'll get swept. Man. I could be wrong. I done counted the Nuggets out once in these playoffs, was 3 times. The Clippers blew 3 closeout games, but they came back 3-1 twice. I mean, they got to be tired at some point, man. AD been going off. Ron been doing this. Like, it's just Lakers are clicking right now, man. What you think? Don't tell me you think. What you think, bro?
I think the Nuggets gonna get one
tonight.
I mean, I don't want them to win, but if it's a game that they gonna win, it's gonna be tonight.
How do Nuggets win? How do Nuggets beat them?
Jay Murray and the Joker, they both scored 30, 35. That's the only way.
You need.
They gotta have a crazy game, and then the Lakers gotta be off. But yeah, Joker and Jay Murray, they gotta have a huge game.
I think Porter Jr. got to show up too. He got to have this would be a statement game for Jit right here, man. If he show up and drop 25, you know, like 9 for 12 shooting, that's how they beat the Lakers. Like somebody got to come out and just have and I got that. That's the only way they beat this team.
Like the young boy said, man, I need the ball. You know what I'm saying? He needs the ball.
He said, give it a rock, man.
Give it a rock. And I just feel as though in this type of situation, he ain't gonna have the ball as much as he like. You know what I'm saying? Like down 2-0, your star's gonna have that. So again, he's gonna have to find a way to get himself involved without the ball in his hand. Crash them boards, get the rebounds on the defensive end, get some steals. You know what I mean? Because being a number 3 option, yo, that's tough.
Yeah, it's real tough. You gotta get in how you fit in.
Right.
But he worked though. He crashed some boards. He's got to get a little better on defense. He had a liability on defense. But as far as offensively, I think it's really it comes down to him just getting more touches, get more confidence, and just maximizing the opportunity. But we're gonna see. Down 2-0, like you said, your stars got to take over. They got to control the game. They got to get you involved. But it's gonna be on Murray and Jokic.
Yeah, for sure. But like I said, if it's a game that they I feel as though that they're gonna win, that they need to win, it got to be tonight. Because if you go down 3-0, that game for them Wolves gonna come out. I think they're gonna go ahead and they're gonna try and get them up out of there.
That's a fact.
Sir Charles gonna be in the studio with his broom.
The boys on the Nuggets will probably be half checked out.
Man,
3-0, man. Yeah,
been in this damn hotel for months.
Been in this bubble for a minute, so yeah, they got to get tonight.
Yeah.
Got to get tonight. What else we got, man?
Man, we're gonna
trying to confirm this coaching staff, man.
Yeah, coaching staff, man. Jason Phillips, offensive coordinator. T.O., the wide receiver coach. Warren Sapp, D-line coach. Dennis Thurman, the D coordinator. Mario Edwards Sr., the D-backs coach. T.C. Taylor and Otis Ridley are the holdovers.
Otis Ridley?
Yeah.
I just text Prime, man. Trying to get the list confirmed.
Yeah, that's
gonna be dope, though, man.
That's gonna be dope. I'm
excited about that.
Man, and you got to think about it, like if for the folks that really don't know about the HBCU like football heritage and just the history behind it. Prime falls in line with a head coach at an HBCU. You know what I'm saying? Just from the mannerisms, just his aura, like, just everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I played at Howard, Bethune-Cookman had a coach, man. Yeah, I'm talking about dressed to the T, bro. I'm talking about to the T.
You know how we do, bro.
Like to the T. You know what I'm saying? And they just a lot of the coaches have real big, personalities, man. And I just feel as though Prime, man, he fits right into that. He fits right into it, man. So I know it's gonna be a lot of.
I never even thought about that. But I can definitely see, because you know what? I feel like that's just us, man. That's how we do. And in different, I would even say at the PWIs, at the predominantly white institution, and even the pro level, like a lot of what we do in corporate America, period, as black people, as black men, is whitewash. Like, you got to do what you do to fit in. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a black dude, like, you clean cut, clean shaven, like, you're going to carry yourself a certain way. Like, and it's not that's professional, but at the same time,
that's not me. That's not who I truly am.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm at the cookout with the family, like, this is not how I'm acting. This is not how I'm carrying myself. As opposed to if we like Twan said, like, if you look, he fall right in line with the HBCU coaches. Like, why do you think that is? You know what I mean? So it's gonna be dope to see, man. Just I feel like 2020 has been the first time that black people kind of just feel comfortable being black. You know what I mean? In whatever space, corporate space, this space, TV, like, now it's like, okay, different than any other time in my life, at least. Like, people, like, even us, we lived we played in a sport that was dominated by black players, but outside of that, it wasn't a lot of us. So, even when you got to those levels and sat in those rooms, you moved a different way. So it's gonna be interesting, man.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. I'm definitely, man. I'll be itching to hopefully, they'll put some of them games on the tube.
Fact, so I might pull up the one, man.
Yeah, they got a strong fan base.
Because they're not playing this year, right?
Nah, I don't think so. Nah, I think.
What about Howard?
Nah, we sitting down this year.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I kind of feel a certain type of way about that too, man. I think that decision was made a little too early. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure what that decision was based on. I know it was based on COVID or whatever the case may be. Maybe we wasn't able to get the right kind of testing or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But I just feel as though a lot of the decisions was made like real early. You know what I'm saying?
I know the Big Ten. They went back and basically backtracked on their decision. They made it early, and they came back like, nah, everybody else playing football. We got to get out here and play ball.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So again, I don't know what all went into the decision making from the higher ups and those conferences or whatever, but I kind of feel as though we could have been in the same situation where we could have started the season October or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Got 8 games in for the seniors or for whoever.
Yeah, it was probably. I mean, if I had to guess, I would think probably funding. Probably not having the same type of cushion or support that some of these other universities may have.
No, I can definitely get that.
So yeah, I mean, and it's unfair, for real. But I hate that those kids got to miss this year playing because I just can't imagine as a college athlete. And obviously, I'm sure these universities and colleges made that decision, with the health being in mind. But I just hate. I know if I'm in college, I'm missing a whole season, and I'm watching other people play too.
Right.
Man,
so
they about that.
I think they were talking about playing in the spring though.
Okay.
I think that's an option as far as playing in the spring, but again, I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, with the draft.
With the All-Star games and all of that, man. I'm not sure how it'll work out. So
I hope they revisit, man. Hopefully they can make it happen this year. I wonder if if y'all been practicing or not, or it's been shut down.
Nah, we haven't been practicing at all. I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, man. Crazy year, man. Crazy year.
2020, man. That's one for the books.
For real, man. I'm shocked. I'm shocked at how well the NFL been handling the testing. NBA kind of shocked, but they're doing the bubble, keeping everybody testing every day. But the NFL, as far as I know, at least, once they leave the building, they're kind of
free range.
Yeah, free to live their own life, and it's just really on them to make the right decision. And it seems like everybody's been making the right decision. So that's real good to see out the gate, man. Real good.
Hopefully, we can keep it going for another 20 weeks.
Yeah, it's a grind. The NFL season, it's a grind, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of chicks upgraded this season to like, you know what?
Oh man,
it's gonna be funny, man.
Man, y'all got to go back and check out our Overreaction Monday, man. Me and D-Bud, we kind of talked about one of some of our favorite cities that we like to visit. And I ain't gonna give y'all too much. I'm gonna make sure y'all go back.
We got a question. We got a question from a fan, and they said, what's your favorite road team to visit? Whatever. So,
Yeah, I go back and listen to that, man.
My honest answer.
I got a little chuckle out of that, man.
My answer is probably the most. If I polled the NFL players, it'll probably be. Well, you got them LA teams now.
Vegas.
I ain't have a bunch of LA. So you got LA team. You got Vegas now.
That's gonna be dangerous, man.
Yo,
boy,
we're gonna be on
and
tilt.
Then
that stadium is dope too.
Yeah, stadium is dope. So I don't know how many East Coast teams do it. I know when I was in the Niners, when we came east, we used to travel on Friday. We would come in town on Friday.
I don't understand why every team don't do that, man. I hate it when I was on the team that truck. We used to do that in Indy, man. Like, why are we traveling on Saturday? Like,
yeah, that's the worst. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know how many teams from the East, when they travel west, how many teams travel on Friday, but I could just imagine getting out there Friday.
Get out there Vegas on Friday?
Vegas on Friday.
LA on Friday? Oh, man. That's going to be something to keep an eye on later in the season.
Yeah.
That's funny, though, man. That's funny. What I was about to say. Damn, just made me think about something.
Hey, but look, man, we're gonna have a special guest on the next show.
Very special.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I know D Buzz excited too. Florida boy,
Hometown
legend, Asante Samuel, man. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a future Hall of Famer soon. But definitely gonna ask him some real questions. I know he gonna give it to us real.
Yup.
That conversation is gonna be fun.
That's gonna be a good one, man. I can't wait for that. Should have been a first ballot. We're gonna get his take on it. He ain't never been shy
at all. At all.
All right, man. So we gotta revisit a tweet I sent out probably I think last week after some news broke. I think Schefter broke some news that the coaches that got a stern written letter warning them about their mask, and I retweeted. I was like, "Hey man, find them, man. We don't get no letter, woody woo." So shit, somebody was listening. So they hit 3 coaches for $300K last week, and then each team they fined them $250,000, and that got me and Twan thinking like, where does all this fine money go, man?
Right.
Like you got the answer for that?
I don't, man. And so my thing was, I know I've heard that the money goes to different, foundations. I guess that the NFL and the NFLPA chooses to. But my question is, if it goes to a foundation and I get fined, why can't I decide to donate the money that I'm getting fined to Darius Butler's foundation?
That's a fact. In the same way,
vice versa.
Yeah. So I mean, it would make sense, especially if you're getting fined $10,000 for a uniform violation,
right?
Or something for your socks,
like $5,000 for your socks, or whatever the case may be.
What's the craziest thing you've been fined for?
The craziest thing I've been fined for is
you never thought you'd be fined for.
Man, I never thought in football I'll get fined for some socks. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's a fair point.
Like some socks. I mean, I get it. Like, you want everybody uniform, but the big scheme of things, you're gonna charge me $10,000 because you said that I don't have enough white.
That's crazy. So the sock rule, uniform rule, they want people to be as uniform as possible, and it's like a certain amount of white you have to show in your socks to be like legal.
Nobody knows that amount.
So it's like, okay, so the top has to be blue, and then for the coats, of course, and then you can bring up the white, but they want at least whatever height. And some people like to wear their socks mostly blue. Some people like to wear them mostly white. So players still try to individualize it, but it's somebody out there. It's a uniform guy every game checking the sidelines out, check you out. Your jerseys, your visors, your clears, your dark. So they checking off, and sometimes they'll warn you, sometimes not. But that fine for socks. I got fined from my own team for swapping my jersey after they told me not to.
What they hit you for, like $250?
Nah, $2,000, $2,300. $2,300 for a jersey, bro.
Nah, that jersey wasn't worth it.
$2,300, bro. That's crazy.
I would have had to go holler at bro. Like, I need that jersey back.
I was hot, bro.
Yeah, I need that jersey back.
Nah. I was hot with the team. I was hot with the coach.
Nah, I get you. I get it.
Yeah, two. Y'all gonna charge me that? So, yeah. So, craziest thing I've been fined for. I talking about the tweeting Ocho. During the week with the game upcoming, he like, oh, y'all gonna have to double team me. Y'all gonna have to woo. I'm like, man, nobody ain't double teamed you since this, man. We going this and that. So Bill wait all the way till Saturday, has the whole conversation printed out on paper. He's like, hey, you talking about the game plan and this and that and conduct detrimental, fine me. I'm like, man, come on.
How much?
I think that was like $2,500 too. In fact, this motherfucker be trying me, dog.
Man, but for the listeners, man, you have some cats, man, getting paid. I mean, not getting paid, but getting fined $25,000, $50,000. So
I got hit like that. Numbers. What's the biggest one you got? Paul?
I think I think the largest fine that I got was 20 for a hit.
Yeah, it got me 24 for a hit too.
24 a hit.
And it was clean.
Yeah.
This shit was probably dirty though. Yeah.
But then nah. You know, I'm wondering my tackles be clean. But a lot of time though, you know, you can talk with the who was the fine people back? Who's the fine people now? Merton Hanks.
Is he still there?
I don't think he's with them no more, but I know at one time it was Merton Hanks, and you can kind of talk with them and appeal your fines. Sometimes they'll cut it in half.
Yeah.
A lot of times they'll cut it in half. Sometimes they'll be like, nah. So it just depends.
When did Derek Brooks too?
Yeah, Derek Brooks. Yep.
Yeah, so they'll have an old throwback legend, offensive player, defensive player. So I mean, I done been on too many of them calls trying to fill some shit to a receiver. I'm on the phone with James Thrash trying to
explain what as a DB.
Yeah, I'm like, I ain't got a shot.
Spotrac.com tracks fines 218 infractions for $5.2 million in the year 2019. Okay. That's a lot of money.
Well, they off to a hell of a start this year.
Or 300,000 for the coaches, 750,000 for teams. That's just what we know. So we don't know what the players is getting fined.
Man, so yeah, they already done cleared the mill.
A lot of these, I think D-Bus, you said it before we got on, man. Some of this money need to go to social injustice, man.
Yeah, we need to start tracking that money too. Where is that actually going to create, whatever change? Because just throwing money at issues, not it's never really the answer. It's really about putting it in places that are already functioning, already know the issues, already handle them, and you just help them kind of scale up and then make a bigger difference with people who already know, because the issues in the 757 are completely different than the issues in 954, 305, or 213, wherever you at. So the resource, the plan and action got to be different too. But so we got to start tracking that, and obviously being accountable to ourselves, being that change.
No, for sure. For sure, man. So there you have it. Another episode.
Yes,
Man to Man Pod. Again, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Again, be on the lookout. Next episode, Asante Samuel, future Hall of Famer.
Future Hall of Famer. Fort Lauderdale native.
Fort Lauderdale. It's going to be a good conversation. So, again, go back to other episodes, man. We had some good stuff. Gerard Powers, Eric Weddle, Vontae Davis,
Trey Boston,
Buda Baker. You got some Q&As. Yeah, Adisa Bakar. You got some Q&As up there. So definitely send us your questions. You can hit us on Twitter, IG at the Man to Man Pod. And
Mikey Taylor.
Yeah, Mikey Taylor. That was a real good one.
Real good one, yeah.
My Twitter, my Instagram, Abathay41.
My Twitter and Instagram is Darius J. Butler.
And you can follow us on our YouTube channel. So again, man, appreciate y'all. We out.
Look out, yes, sir.